Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Long Dark. This is a very, very cool survival game. I really dig this game. We are going to start a brand new survival mode. Let's see, survival mode. We're going to go new. We're going to just go with whatever it's on. And we're going to start out at the Coastal Highway. That'll work. And we're going to name this thing probably James. That'll something easy. You can't see me typing, but right now I'm typing on the screen, but that doesn't show up. So it looks like it's just staying the same, but there it is. Okay, so here we go. Basically what has happened is there's been a very large geomagnetic storm that caused the plane I was flying to crash in the wilderness of northern Canada. It's cold as hell up here. So I got to try to survive this. You literally start this off with just the clothes on your back. That's all you have. And you just have to try to scavenge and find wild edibles and hunt and fish and do whatever you can to try to survive. Apparently I'm in a gas station of some sort. So we're going to go outside and see what we can see. Alright, here we are outside. Looks like there's a bunch of little cabins around here. The gas station is a fairly large place. So let's just start kind of looting every place, basically, trying to see what we can find. We'll go back in here and we'll start with the gas station. Alright, we are here in the gas station. I'm just kind of familiarizing myself with the buttons. It's been a long time since I played this game. I played it when it first came out, and I really enjoyed it. And I decided that I would share it with all of you guys. We have a newsprint roll there. That can be used to make wood matches. That's nice. We can use the newsprint roll, tear it up, and make kindling out of it. Here's some pork and beans. Very good, 95%, so they're still in very good condition. There's an energy drink, 70%, we'll take that.
Thank goodness.
43%, we'll take it, but I don't know if I'll drink it. You got to be careful with the percentages, because when they get too low, you can get sick. It gets dangerous. That's 92%, that's fine. 66, that's fine. Grape soda, 48, that's a little iffy. I don't think I'll drink that, but we'll see. You never know, you might get desperate. Here's a revolver. Definitely want to pick that up.
Be too careful.
84%, so it's in fairly good condition. Pick up some of the stuff. I realize it's kind of dark in here. That's because the sun is just starting to come up. So it'll get a lot lighter here very soon. So just bear with it. Trying to get as much as I can. What is this, beef jerky?
Wonder if this is
I'll
any
take
good
that,
to eat.
73%. Got a candy bar that's stale, 45%. All right, we got more newspaper. There's some ketchup chips, 47%. We'll leave those where they are. Newsprint, take that. We'll take all that, because all that is useful. Alright, we're in the bathroom now. Got more newspaper. What else we got? Get some toilet water. 0.3 liters. Hey, you might be thinking gross, but now you don't want to drink out of the bowl like that unless you absolutely have to. You want to drink out of the back of the toilet in a real situation, because that's clean, fresh water back there. It doesn't need to be boiled. It's safe. Alright, got some flares. What do we have in here? It's a nice little place here. Got some toolboxes. Another bullet for our revolver. Got charcoal. Painkillers, that might come in handy. Scrap metal. This is a workbench, so we'll be able to use this to craft when we get stuff to craft with. There's a medical box. Emergency stem, antibiotics, that's very important. Alright, what else we got? Ooh, a pry bar and a hacksaw. Very cool. Both of those things are clutch. I need both of those very badly. Okay, the main thing I'm looking for... Yeah, I don't want that. That's dirty-ass water been sitting in there. I'll have to boil that up. The main thing I'm looking for here... I don't need that. That's used to make gunpowder. Main thing I'm looking for is a very large pot that I can boil water in. That's my main thing that I would love to find. As many matches as possible is also wonderful. There's a whetstone. It would be really cool to find a hunting knife. There's cardboard matches, and a rifle would be great too, but I'm not holding my breath for either one of those. Ooh, fishing line. That's good. That is definitely important. Alright, let's come in here and search all this. New baseball cap, some gauntlets, another whetstone. The whetstone is used to sharpen your knife and sharpen your axe, which is another thing I would love to find as an axe, because that makes gathering wood so much easier. Bedroll is very important for sleeping outside. Now I'm going to be approaching this game as much as possible the same way I would a real survival situation. So if I was crash landed here and this is where I started, the first thing I would do would be assess this area.
Hope I can still eat.
Nice,
this.
more beef jerky. And try to find what I could find to survive with. You don't want to go very far from the initial area. You want to set up your camp as close to where the accident or the crash or whatever happened as possible, because that's where people are going to look for you. Here's a note. I'm not going to read that, but I'll leave it on the screen for a minute so you can read it if you want. But wherever the plane crash happens or whatever it is that leaves you stranded, that's where they're going to start looking for you first. So you need to stay as close to that as possible. And you need to find a secure, safe place where you can hole up. I'm thinking this place here is looking pretty good. There's a ton of storage space here, which is going to be very good for when I loot all the different cabins and bring stuff back. We have a barrel over there for fire, so we can boil water, we can cook here. And if there's a bed, then we are golden. I think there's a bed over there by
If this is any good to
the
eat.
barrel. I thought I saw one. So if we have a bed in here as well, then you can sleep here, you can eat here, you can boil water here. There's a workbench in the place that I can craft with, and there's tons of storage space. So I don't see anything better, really. I mean, this is about as good as it gets. Every major category is covered here. Ooh, a whole box of revolver ammunition. Definitely take that. Spray paint. This would be good for signaling, so they'll know where to find you. But I think I'll leave it on the shelf since I'm going to make this my home base anyway. There's no point in... Oh, that's nice. Tools. There's no point in carrying it with me. We're almost done looting this gas station. And then we will get everything that we don't need to carry with us, put where we want to put it, and then, yeah, there's a bed right there. So you have the stove here, which is that barrel, and you have a bed over here beside it. You have plenty of space for storage. Right here on this side of this barrel, I want to put all of my fire starting stuff. The book is actual fuel that you can burn, so that's not going to go here. It's going to go on the other side. Okay, here's newsprint. I need to rip this up into tinder plugs. So we're going to do that. Then all of our tinder plugs are going to lay on the ground right here, so that when we need them to start a fire, they're there. We will carry 1 or 2 with us, so in case we have to start a fire while we're out exploring, we'll have the ability to do so. But the bulk of them are going to be right here where we're going to have our fire at. Alright, we also have newsprint rolls. Let me do it this way. Go to the fire starting category. That'll be much easier. Okay, these newsprint rolls can also be broken down into tinder plugs, so we're going to do that. And go ahead and get all of this done so that we can drop them all right here. And then on the other side of the stove, on the floor over there, we are going to put fuel. So that's where the book will go. As we gather firewood and all that kind of stuff, we'll make a pile right there. So it's easily grabbed and thrown into the fire when we need it. And then we'll be all set up to cook and to boil water here. I need to find either like a little tin can or, best case scenario, a big cooking pot. I'm sure we'll find one eventually in one of these houses when we're exploring. So that will be clutch. So right there is all my tinder. The cardboard box is kind of right where I want to put everything.
This
So
will come in handy.
I'm going to rip that up into more tinder. And then right over here is where we're going to stack all our wood. It's a nice big area. We know exactly where it's going to be. Right now we don't have wood, so we're just going to drop the book there. The matches weigh almost nothing, so we're going to carry those with us at all times. That way we have them. All right, I'm going to keep 2 tinder plugs on me so that I have 2 chances to start a fire while I'm out in the wild. All right, we'll pick a drawer. Doesn't really matter which one. And we're going to start putting away some of this stuff. Now, this is stuff that we aren't going to carry with us. We don't need to carry it all. So things like the charcoal. We have really the only use you have for charcoal is in making gunpowder to make more rounds. That's the only thing you use it for in the game. In real life, you can use it to make water filters. You can use it to settle your stomach. You can use it to brush your teeth. Tons of uses. But in the game, it's just used as an ingredient to make gunpowder. Alright. So that's got a little bit put away. Alright, I want to go here. And I want to see what I'm wearing as far as clothes. Try to get the warmest stuff possible on. Because it's cold as hell. And I got to try to make sure that my clothes are in good condition. I'm going to go ahead and switch to... Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and switch to this other hat. Because it's 100%. And the hat that I have on is garbage. Alright. So we got these mittens. Fleece mittens. And then we have those gauntlets. Fleece mittens are the 4. That's 1.2. So we're going to keep the fleece mittens on, I think. I think they're better. Gauntlets give you a little more protection from attack and all that kind of stuff, but we're going to stick with the fleece mittens. Alright, it is about midday. I don't think there's anything else that I can layer on right now. Now, as we find more clothing, we will definitely get better dressed. What is that? Ketchup chips.
Is it food?
Oh, they're crap. 27%. Ugh. I'm going to go ahead and eat them now so they don't get any worse. But one trick you can use if you find something like that that's 27% or something really low, you don't want to have that in your inventory and then eat it later. I'm going to go ahead and drink two. Drink one of these sodas that's real low. But if you eat it immediately when you pick it up, it's very rare that you'll get sick that way. It's kind of a little glitch in the game that allows you to do it. In real life, you don't want to eat something that's that old and gross unless you have absolutely no choice. But it's gonna make things worse for you. All right, we are outside again. So we are going to head over to one of these cabins and kind of ransack the place and see what we can find. So there's there's one right there, so let's just head right over to it. And we will go inside and see what we can find. I'm kind of stuck on something. Now see, there's sticks laying on the ground and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and pick these up as I go because these sticks I will put back by my stove in there. Now the branches you can break down with your bare hands into sticks. And then there's larger branches that you have to have an axe or something like that, or a hacksaw or something to cut up. But it is wear and tear on your tools. So I try to only use the stuff I can break down with my hands. That way I don't mess up my tool. Alright, we are inside, so we're just going to start searching everything possible. Nothing in the oven. We're going to go through all these cabinets and see what we can find. Nothing so far. Looking pretty sparse. Got some herbal tea. 73%. I'll take that. That's good for sleeping. It helps you get better rest. And another little trick is if you are in a place... Ooh, that's good. Accelerant. If you're in a place where it's very cold and you're kind of out there and screwed, then you can heat yourself up some tea on a fire. And it will keep you warm and raise your temperature, which is great. I'm going to rip down these curtains and use them as cloth to repair my clothing. I checked that. That's where the crackers were. Alright, we're just moving our way around. Here's a toaster. The toaster you can break down into scrap metal. The scrap metal is used to make fishing hooks and to repair your tools. So I will do that probably before I leave, because I do need to get some hooks made because I have that fishing line. So once I do that, I can make fish tackle and I can actually use that to catch fish. Got a couple sodas in here. That's pretty sweet. Sodas are nice because they give you hydration. They help your hydration level, and they give you some calories. They help your calorie level as well. But you got to carry them around. But you got to carry the water too, so it doesn't really matter. Here's some old peanut butter. We'll take that. Now the whole idea here is we're not making this place a home. Okay, we have a base already at the gas station. So all we're doing here is trying to take anything we think is useful. Like that lantern, very useful. Because it gets very dark on this game. And you'll need that lantern. Now the cool thing about the lantern is the fish we catch, the oil from the fish will go towards refilling the lantern to be burned as fuel. So that you can refresh that lantern fuel and keep seeing in the dark. That's another important reason to get the fishing tackle done. You take a risk when you go fishing, though.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Because you have to go way out on the lake to do it. They have these little huts set up. And the bad thing is, once you start fishing, it takes like an hour to fish. And during that time, sometimes the weather will turn very, very, very bad.
Thank goodness.
And if that happens, you're stuck in that little shack. Now the shack has a stove in it. Everyone does. But if you don't bring fuel with you and all that stuff, which you always should, but the fish are very heavy. So you want to be as light as possible so that you can get back to your place. And I often forget to bring some fuel with me. And I often end up in situations where I'm freezing to death in a hut away from my thing. And we're going to take all this water because we don't have any water stored at the place. So we need every bit we can get. We can boil some up once I get a fire started, once I have something to cook. But I don't want to waste matches. I don't want to waste fuel right now because I don't have a whole lot of it. That looks like, I believe, everything. I think I'm going to go ahead and rip down all these curtains as well because I'm not overburdened yet. And I'm going right back to the gas station after this to drop all this off. So I think it would be wise to go ahead and gather everything I can possibly gather while I'm here so that I don't have to come back to this place. It'll be done. And as this series goes, we will explore different areas. We will do a lot of different things, depending on how long we live. Because this is a survival mode after all. And the whole point here is to survive. So as I do want to explore and find new places and get set up for long-term living, there is the element of you have to try to survive. So you can't go wandering off too far without supplies in the cold and freeze to death, or your game is literally over. And if that happens and we end up dead, we'll just start a new one. That's part of it. But I'm fairly good at survival. I have a very strong background in real life survival. So I think that I will do fairly well in this game because I also understand how video games work. And I know this game because I've played it before. So I think that we will last a very long time as long as we don't end up doing something extremely stupid. Now you can be assured that most likely I will do something stupid at some point. Because I will get carried away and I will
use this.
want to get one more thing done and I won't take the time to prepare and I will end up dead. And unfortunately, that's kind of what happens in too many situations with people in real life. Is they kind of panic and they run around and they think that their car has to be just over that other hill because they couldn't be that far away from the path. They were just on it, you know, and they kind of scramble and panic and they don't think and they don't prepare. And next thing you know, it's dark and they're outside in the dark with no shelter and they end up dead. That happens a lot more often than you think. They either freeze to death or they fall and injure themselves and end up dehydrated. And there's all kinds of ways to die out here. In this particular landscape, the biggest obstacle you have to overcome is the cold. You have a hydration meter, you have a food meter, but both are fairly easy to keep good. I'm looking to see if there's any rabbits around here. I'm going to hit a rabbit with this rock. There goes a wolf. I'm not throwing a rock at a wolf. That is a fairly certain way to end up dead. But if I see a rabbit, I'm going to clock him with this rock, and we're going to be eating rabbit tonight. Yeah, I don't know what that wolf is doing over there, but I don't want to get too close to him. Now see, this is one of the bigger branches that I was telling you about. This, you have to use either your hacksaw or an axe or even your knife and use that to break it down. You get big cedar chunks of wood that burn for a lot longer than the little sticks, but also it's wear and tear on your tools. Now, a little bit later in the game, when I have a giant pile of scrap metal and I have 17 different toolboxes, it's not going to matter because I can just fix my tools. But early in the game, you don't want to put any more wear and tear than you need to because you simply don't have the supplies. These branches can easily be broken down with your hands. You don't risk any wear and tear on your tools, and they will also get the fire going. Once you're inside, you're going to warm up. You don't have to have a fire inside to warm up. So the only reason you're burning fire when you're indoors in the game is to boil water, to store extra water at your base, and to cook whatever food you happen to have killed. If you get a deer or a rabbit or fish or a wolf, I mean, I could go up after that wolf and shoot him with my revolver if I want to, and we could be eating wolf tonight. At some point, I will kill a wolf or two because I want to skin them, and I want to make clothes out of their skin. But that is a future endeavor. That is not something that we'll be doing right away, because right now, our priority is to gather the materials we're going to need to survive. Once I get myself in a position where I'm comfortable and I have plenty of food, plenty of water, plenty of fuel, all the necessities are taken care of, then I can start venturing out and trying to find new things and hunt different things and do a little bit more risky behavior. But right now, it's all about gathering
Hope I can
supplies
still eat this.
and surviving for as long as possible. Surviving will turn into thriving if you do it right. Now, you might wonder why I'm picking up a lot of this clothing and stuff that is very low percentage that I don't need. The reason for that is because I can rip all of it up into cloth, and I can use that cloth to repair the clothes that I do have. Now, here's a little trick that I always use when I'm looting houses. Once I'm done with the house and I've gotten everything I can get out of it, I open the mailbox. There's always a mailbox in front of the place. So I open that mailbox, and that lets me know if I come back to that house, I've already been there. Same thing with vehicles. When I get done with the vehicle, what I try to do is lift the hood
That'll
on the
come in
vehicle
handy.
so that I know that I've already searched it. I didn't do that for the other ones because I wasn't paying attention. I was talking and not thinking about what I was doing. But that's what I normally try to do. That kind of just gives me that mental note when I go by that, hey, I've already done this. Now, you can also get the batteries out of these vehicles, and you can use the lead from the batteries to make more bullets for your guns. But you have to travel a long way down a mountain, over a cliff, to a place that has the press to do it. It's a very dangerous journey. It's very difficult to get there. It takes a long time. And frankly, it's honestly not worth it. When you could collect scrap metal and you can make hooks all day long, you can make fishing line from the guts of the rabbits that you hit with rocks. You don't honestly need bullets. You can make a bow as well, but the bow is garbage. All right, we're going to put all of our cloth in here, all but like one piece. I want to keep one piece out in case I need to do an emergency repair, but all of it's going in this metal container here by our bed. That way we know where it is. Now here, we're going to lay all the sticks that we just found. I'm going to pick that up. All right, let's go to the fire... What is it called? Fire starting materials? There we go. 27 sticks. We're going to throw them all down. We're going to make a pile right here of sticks. The scrap metal we are going to put somewhere where we won't lose it. Probably in this big drawer right here will work. That's where we'll put the scrap metal. So we know where it is. If I can find it. Okay, it's not on that screen. There it is. Under materials. Okay, we're going to put 2 of those in. We're going to keep one in case we have to make an emergency repair. Now, the reason I don't carry all this stuff with me is, as you can see right underneath where it says backpack, you can only carry so many pounds before you're overburdened. When you get overburdened, there's more of a risk of hurting yourself, spraining your ankle, that kind of thing. And also, you move extremely, extremely slow. And you'll end up freezing to death. So we're going to drink some of this soda. Drink some of the water. We want to get all of our levels up to where they need to be. It's not quite dark yet, but it's getting close. But I think we might have time to hit one more house. We're going to put a lot of this water in storage here, so we have it here for us. We'll carry around a gallon and a half with us at all times so that we don't get dehydrated, but I'm not carrying a ton of it. Now, when I go and I raid a house, I will gather all of it that is in the house and bring it back. But this is where I'll store it, is here in my garage of the gas station. All right, so now we're just kind of making more tinder plugs out of the stuff we found and just getting ourselves prepared. It seems like a kind of a mad rush in the very beginning, but that's because you have to get yourself set up to survive, because if you don't, and it gets to be dark and you don't have your supplies together, you just got to hope you can make it till morning. All right, we're back outside. I'm going to try to make it to another one of these houses. I might hit this one. Let me get this car. I don't know if that's the house I was just at or not, though. Not entirely sure, but let's go ahead and open this hood so we know we've checked this car. Let me check the trunk. Trunk's empty, okay. Alright, I gotta figure out, it's getting really bad out here. So I gotta get indoors. Otherwise I'm gonna be in a mess of trouble. See, as the wind picks up and it becomes like blizzard conditions, the clothes you're wearing are no longer capable of keeping you warm, and you get very cold. If you get too cold, you die. You freeze to death. Alright, let's look at our clothing here, because we did pick up a couple things. And let's see if we can exchange anything. I think I'm going to put these boots on instead of the tennis shoes. That's an upgrade. That's a lot better. I can't repair them because I don't have the leather. But I'll repair them later. I don't have any other socks. I don't have any other pants. I can put this old dress shirt on. So I have a dress shirt over top of a hoodie. That helps a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and repair this. Try to get it in a little bit better condition. There we go. So now it's at 63% when it was real low. So that's better. That'll keep us a little bit warmer. And as we go, we'll get better clothing as we raid the different houses. At some point, we're also going to try to find the cave systems. In those caves, you will find coal. Now here I'm just ripping up the clothing that I'm not going to use into cloth and putting it away. But you will find coal in the different mines, and that coal will burn for over an hour each. They're phenomenal. I love to have a big old pile of coal. And the cool thing about the coal is it regenerates itself over time. So you go to the mine, you grab a bunch of it, you come back, and then in a couple days' time, you go back and you gather more, and you come back, and you can make yourself a nice little pile of coal. And that'll be great for boiling up water, cooking whatever you need. It's very heavy though, so what I normally do is I'll make one pass through the mine and pick up everything in it, and then walk all the way back to the house. And it's very cold when I'm doing it because I'm going so slow. But I'd rather do that than make 2 trips. Now it's gotten to be dark, and I had a little trouble finding the bed, but I found it. So we're going to sleep, get our sleep back up to where we're good. You can still sleep a little bit more, but I'm going to go ahead. We've survived 18 hours now. I'm going to go ahead and rehydrate because my hydration is down half. I think I'm going to drink one of these sodas because that'll give me a little bit of calories as well. You don't want to run out of either your calories or your hydration in the middle of the night when you're sleeping because you'll die. So we're going to sleep for a couple more hours. Now once you're fully rested, it won't allow you to sleep anymore, but now it's still dark. So what do? Well, you can use your lantern, or you can go over here and pass time. So that's what I do. I just pass time. He plays solitaire or something. I don't know what he does, but he passes time. And that will give you time for the sun to come up. So what I'll do is I'll pass an hour or two, and then I'll sleep an hour or two. I want to keep my sleep all the way up if I can. Because when you get too tired, you just can't do anything. You can't lift as much, and eventually you'll just collapse. Alright, so we are going to have another soda. Get our hydration back up. Our calories are back up. And we are good to go. So we are going to pass one more hour. And that should get us... it's not real bright, but I can see, so that's fine. See, it's a lot brighter outside than it was inside. But I want to get a real early start because I want to hit as many houses as I can today. And I want to get as many supplies as possible. I want that large cooking pot. That's what I'm looking for. Because, see, when you have a small can, like the soup cans or anything like that, you can do half of a gallon, I guess, or a liter. I don't know what the measurement is. But you can do 0.5 of water. But if you have the large cooking pot, you can do 2 gallons at a time. And that is a big difference. And that's an easy way to pile up a ton of water. To where you don't have to worry about
Is it food?
not having water. It is kind of dark in here. I should have probably waited one more hour, but that's okay. I'm getting by, but it's hard to see. But we're just gathering up food, seeing what we have. Yeah, I can't see nothing. But the good news is we will have some of this done by the time the sun is all the way up, which will enable us to get another house. Search the fridge. I'm hoping to find something substantial,
Hope I can
just
still
like
eat
that.
this.
Nice. Now, it's only 45%, and it's moldy. It's a big rainbow trout, but I'm going to cook that tonight. So hopefully that will not make me sick. But it's something I'm going to risk. Because I definitely want to get that in my belly. That's a lot of good calories. Now, that's not something that I would store for any kind of extended period of time, because it will make you sick if you wait too long. But I'm going to go ahead and eat it tonight, and we'll see what happens. I have antibiotics if I get sick that I can use to help myself. More spray
Could
paint.
end up being useful.
I don't remember ever seeing spray paint when I played this game before. That must be something new that they added. Come on. I can't get through there. I'm going to have to go around. Is there anything on here? Some
Wonder if
tomato
this is any good
soup.
to
I'll
eat.
take that. Now you might be thinking, wow, man, you're getting a hell of an abundance of food, and I agree, I'm getting a lot. But you'll be surprised how quick it goes. But I mean, I'll take it. If I can find it, I'll take it. I'm not going to complain.
Hope I can still eat this.
Now this is whatever level you start out at when you click on in. I didn't switch anything. Nice. Fire logs. I didn't switch anything, so however it is when it starts is how it is. At some point, we will do, like maybe after we die on this one, we will crank it up to Interloper, that level. That's the hardest level,
Use this.
and it is very hard to survive on that level. You'll be lucky if you survive a couple days on Interloper, because everything's trying to kill you. There is almost no food to find. So it's a real struggle to try to survive. And we'll do one of those after this one. This one will probably last quite a while, though, because I'm fairly good at this. So barring some kind of... Ooh, nice. Wool scarf. Barring some kind of major accident or dumb move on my part, I don't see us dying anytime soon. Because we have plenty of food, plenty of water, and we have a nice little area here that has fishing at the lake. It has animals running around that we can hunt. So we'll just keep on collecting food, we'll keep collecting fuel, we'll keep collecting clothing, scrap metal, everything we can. I'm going to go ahead and fix this because this is a lot better than what I have. Put that puppy on. I'm going to put this scarf on. Oh yeah. That's much better. Put that on. And we'll put this... Sweatshirt's a little bit better, but it's in really bad condition. I can always repair it. We'll put that on for now. And we'll go ahead and repair it. Very nice. Okay. I believe that's everything that we have that we can put on. It's starting to look better. We got a jacket now. We got a sweatshirt. We got a wool scarf. We got better boots. Very cool, man. We are definitely starting to get a little better dressed for the area, which will help us a great deal with freezing to death. Alright, what else is in here that I can grab? Anything? I think I got just about everything. We got to go into the bathroom yet. Oh, I haven't searched any of this. Ooh, nice. Decent wool shirt. That's going to be very, very nice. Another pair of jeans. We need jeans. They're not very good jeans. They're kind of garbage, but we'll definitely use it. Alright, we are going to put this wool shirt on. That's better than both of those. So we're definitely going to be wearing that. Checking all the different numbers. Making sure what I want to do. I think I'm going with this. Because this is going to give me a lot better protection. Alright, let's throw these other jeans on too. Shall we? Alright, so now we got 2 pairs of jeans on. We have a wool shirt. We have a jacket and a scarf. And there's a dead guy here. Hello, fella. He didn't have anything on him. It's kind of a waste. Probably been dead a while. He is frozen, but he's probably been dead quite a while, so... Ooh, another pair of socks. We definitely needed those. We only have 1 pair. Another bottle of painkillers. Some more soda. Alright, a metal lamp. Go ahead and break that down and take the scrap metal. Okay, we can rip down the curtains if we want, but I'm pretty good on cloth right now. Here's another pair of boots.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Now all these boots I'm going to take, even if I don't really need them. Because when I break those down, I get leather and cloth from it. And I need the leather to repair the pair of boots that I do wear. Alright, let's see what we get here. Another pair of socks. Very cool.
Go.
Some more newspaper. We'll rip the towel up. That'll give us some more cloth. And we'll get that sweet, sweet toilet water. Gotta love it. Give me all that toilet water. I don't think I actually took it all. I think I only took like half a liter, but that's okay. We've got some in storage, and I'm going to be boiling water. So it's not a super important thing to have every little scrap of toilet water now that we have some stored back. In the beginning, I grabbed every bit I could get because I just wanted to have as much water as possible. We've got a stockpile of water started at the gas station now. So that is all good. So now I'm just ripping down all the curtains to make cloth. And we'll take all of this back to the gas station and store it all away. We're about halfway through the day, so we might even have time after this to go gather more firewood, or maybe even search another house. Although I want to cook that trout, so maybe we ought to do that. Maybe we ought to take this stuff back and go ahead and get that fire started and get the trout cooking and get some more water boiling up. I wish I had found a pot. I did not. That kind of bums me out. But I should have a can. If I have a can, I can still boil water. Just not as much. Alright, I think we have just one more set of curtains here. And that will be all of them. I believe. Yep, I think that's everything. Now I can also break up the shelving and all that kind of stuff into wood if I really want to and bring back. And at some point I'll do that. Because it's important to have that reclaimed wood for making snares to catch rabbits. So I will definitely be doing that at some point. But right now I'm overburdened and I am risking injury. So I'm just trying to get back to the garage. You can see how I'm moving a lot slower than I was. We'll go ahead and open this up. So I want to go ahead and get back and unload, and I want to get that trout going so that we can have dinner tonight. Very excited. Last night we just kind of ate... What did we eat last night? Did we eat anything? Or did we just drink soda? I can't remember. I don't know if I actually ate anything last night or if I just drank soda. But anyway, tonight we're eating fish. Alright, let's go over here. I was going to try to put that spray paint on the shelf, but I don't even think I can do that. Let's grab a couple of these sticks. And let's start this fire. Grab that charcoal. Okay. We're going to use one of the fire logs that we picked up in the other house as our fuel. We're going to use accelerant to make our chances a lot higher of succeeding. And we didn't succeed. Even 87% chance with the accelerant, and we didn't succeed. That's ridiculous. Alright, so now we got a fire going. So we are going to go ahead and put another log on the fire. Now we got 4 hours of... I shouldn't have put that other log on. I didn't realize it was going to last so long. We got 4 hours of fire here. So it's only going to take 35 minutes to cook our fish. I do have a can, so I'm going to go ahead and just melt snow for 4 hours. That should give us a pretty good little stockpile of water built up. And I can go ahead and drop all these sticks back down because I'm not going to use them. Because I've already got 4 hours on the barrel. I don't need any more than that. Hell, I don't even need that. Alright, do I have... Yes. How do I get over to the material? I don't remember. Let's see. Transfer, no. Oh, okay, it's a left trigger. Goes over to the equipment. Alright, so I want to put all of my cloth in here. I'm not going to be using it. I want to put the metal that I picked up in here with the other metal. No need to carry all that. I'm going to keep one out because I'm going to make some fish hooks here shortly. I found that line in the other... in that other house. So I'm going to craft up some fish hooks at some point and make some fishing tackle so that next episode we can go fishing for more fish. You gotta love that. Alright, we put all of our water except for... I think I screwed that up. Alright, we're going to put almost all of our water away and only keep a little bit because we're going to be boiling water here. So since I screwed up and put too many logs on the fire, I got 4 hours worth of fire here. So I'm not going to waste that. I'm going to continually boil water and cook this fish. Once the fish gets done, I'm going to eat it. And I'm just going to keep boiling water over and over again. But while I'm doing this, let's put away some of this food. I'm going to make this file cabinet here, all these drawers are going to be my food drawers, where I put all the food that I scavenge and that I kill or catch. Now what you want to do when you're doing this is you want to put away all the stuff that has the highest percentages, because it will last the longest. You want to be eating the stuff with the lowest percentages, because it won't last as long before it's unedible. And if it has too low of a percentage, you probably shouldn't eat it anyway, because it's going to make you sick. We got 2 minutes left on this trout. So now it's ready. We're going to pick this up, and it's at 92% now. So it is safe to eat because I cooked it. And it killed everything. Now see how it says harvested 0.03 liters of lamp oil? That's the oil from the fish. So I actually got oil for my lamp by cooking that fish, which was awesome. So I'm going to catch fish tomorrow, and we'll bring them back here and cook them. And we will store whatever we don't eat in our cabinet here, and it'll last several days. Alright, so let's put that water away, and let's go ahead and melt another ½ liter and get it going. I'm cooking this tomato soup, not really because I need to. I mean, I can use the calories, don't get me wrong, but I don't need them right now. But I'm hoping that I will have this can at the end of it, so I'll have 2 cans I can be boiling water in, so I can do a liter at a time. But we'll see. I don't know if that's going to work or not. It might not. I know that if you have a can opener, you get to keep the can. I don't have a can opener yet, so I kind of just squished it, so it might just kind of go away. Now notice when I ate the soup there, it says benefit, warming up. And that kind of gives me a buffer on my temperature level to where I'm going to be warm. And even if I'm outside in the cold, I'm going to be warm for a while. That trick right there is what you can use. You can do it with tea. You can do it with foods that you heat up and that are served hot like the soup. That trick is used when you kind of get caught somewhere where there's a blizzard and you can't get away. You're kind of screwed and you can't stay where you are because you don't have fuel to keep a fire going. You can use that trick to kind of give yourself a buffer against the cold. That'll give you a little bit of extra time that will enable you to get into a house somewhere that will warm you up and you can survive. It's a very, very good and important trick. Not everybody knows that trick. But as I said, I've played this game quite a bit before. Now, what I was playing before was the story mode of the game. I haven't really messed around with this survival mode too much. Now, I've seen some people that played Interloper on YouTube, and that is like the hardcore level. That is the hardest one possible. And we will try that once this one is over. We'll see how long we can last on Interloper. But right now we're doing fairly well. We've got an extra lantern there. We've got a lantern on us. And we've got extra oil that we've already made. And we are just producing extra water now. We're just melting snow, boiling the water so it's safe to drink, and moving it over. Alright, so that is about all the time that we have for this episode. It's been a long one, but I didn't want to kind of cut it and skip anything. So I'm just going to kind of rip up stuff and do a little maintenance and continue to boil water until this fire goes out. And then I'm going to sleep. So I will see you on the next episode. Thank you for joining me. And until I speak to you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye. Tomorrow, we go fishing.